Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Venus. Thanks for joining me. Today in this sequence I have some openers for your shoulders, your back and chest. Sometimes throughout the day we tend to come with our shoulders tensed up, or even just the work we do, things like that is going to cause a lot of stress on the upper body. So what this would do, if you do it, a few times a week, it will help you get a little bit more mobility in the shoulders, throughout the top half of your body. And it's just a nice thing to do to keep yourself, especially times when you're feeling like your body's stiff, things like that. This will really help with that over time. All you really need for a prop today is a yoga strap, or if you have a belt, or even like a thin sheet or something, just so you can have your hands far enough apart for some of the yoga asanas that we're going to do. And we'll probably only use it maybe for one or two of them. So if you don't have one, that's okay. If you do, that is great too. For now, let's go ahead and start in a child's pose, but we're not going to do with our arms behind us. And I want you to keep your knees together on this one. Bring your navel to spine. First, raise your hands up in the air and just take a deep breath here. One of your deeper breaths that you've taken all day. And then come on forward. Bring your hands out in front of you and just stretch them out as far as you can. Don't come all the way down into your child's pose. Just keep your arms up off the mat. Navel to spine, breathing clear into the bottom of your stomach. If you like to rest your head on the mat, it's perfectly all right. Pressing into the shoulder blades so they come down to press into the mat. Forehead down. Pressing your underarms towards the mat and then pushing back through your hips. Breathing. Take a couple more breaths here. I like to say breathe in and out of your nose, the same intervals if you can, if it's possible. Otherwise, breathe in your nose and exhale out your mouth. Now slowly walk your hands back toward you, all the way up. Bring your toes up. Curl them under so you can feel a nice stretch in the feet. But what we're going to do here is we are going to grab the back of our heels. So you're really bending through the lower part of your back, bringing your forehead down as far as you can, or you can also stay lifted and breathe. Just let the head hang loose into your rabbit pose. And then come back to take a seat. You can have a seat in your easy pose, just where however's comfortable. You could also put maybe one foot, one shin in front of the other. Take a couple deep breaths here. Roll the shoulders up toward your ear and then back around. From here, we'll take a cat and a cow, but we'll just be seated doing it. So bring your hands out in front of you for cat, breathing out, and then inhale As you bring your arms back into that cactus shape, try to keep the elbows level with the shoulders, and then arch back. So you feel a nice arch in the bottom of your back. And then bring your hands back as you exhale for cat. Let's do that a few times here on your own. Trying to keep the elbows level with the shoulders. And cat. Cow. Two more rounds here. As you go back to cow, you really want to feel the shoulder blades squeeze together, and as you're in cat, you want to feel them come apart, expand. One more. Now grab your belt if you had one. What we're going to do here is you're going to open it up as far apart as you can reach. And then we're going to do what's called, I call like if you're drying your back off or flossing or something. What we're going to do is you're going to take your hands up and bring them back, and without bending through the elbows, come back around so you feel the shoulders rotate back and down. And you can bring them forward to touch your knees or leave them to the side. And then come back up, leaving the arms straight and back down. Let's do that like 4 more times. So up and back and down, around, up and down in front of you. And again, try not to bend those elbows. You want to keep them wide. And then back up and down, up and back. Really feel the shoulders rotating, shoulder blades rotating back and down. One more. Up and back. Bring it together if you want. And then back up and down. All right. We'll set the strap aside. Get another deep breath in here. Really concentrate on dropping the shoulders down. Breathing. Then we're going to bring our arms up again in that cactus shape. But I want you to bring them forward this time, and we're going to do a bind here. So one elbow is going to come over. Whether you can do it just partly is fine, or if you can wrap it around a couple times, that's fine. You're dropping your shoulders down, and then you're pushing your hands away from you and lifting the elbows up. And then drop your head, breathing through your arms. Really spreading open through the shoulder blades. Get that wider motion there. And then come back, press back, and then bring them the opposite side. So whatever side you were on last, switch it. Again, you're going to drop the shoulders down. Feel the shoulders come down. And then push the hands away from you. Elbows up. And drop the chin and breathe. One more breath, and then we'll come into our tabletop. Unbind slowly. And then let's come around into your tabletop. Hands and knees. Knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders. But we're going to walk our hands out here. Just about a hand length ahead, navel to spine, with a neutral back. You're going to walk your knees back so you can drop down into your melting heart pose or your puppy pose. Coming all the way down, rest your forehead on the mat. Navel to spine. Breathing clear again to the bottom of your stomach. Keep the elbows up off the mat. And really again pressing into the armpits. Top of the feet pressed into the mat. From here, lift up and then bring your hands back under the shoulders. You're going to lift one leg up and bring it through, framing the hands into a low lunge. Keeping the knee over the ankles. Bring the arms up. Tucking your tailbone under, navel to spine. And then turn to the left. Keeping the arms up. And then turn to the right. Keeping the arms up. Ooh, a nice crack in my neck. And then bring the hands back down. You're going to come up on that back toe and we'll take a twist. Bring that arm clear up overhead. Breathing. And then swoop the arm down, and we'll do that same sequence on the opposite side. Come back into that neutral tabletop, and then bring your foot through into your low lunge. Slowly come up, hands up overhead. Breathing, make sure you're keeping the shoulders away from the ear. Don't reach your shoulders up. Keep the shoulders down, but lifting the arms up overhead. And turn to the side, just the top half of your body, leaving your hips forward. And to the opposite side. And then come down, bring the foot, raise the back leg up off the mat, and then twist up into your easy twist and breathe. Try to bring your arms up over your head. And then bring your hand down. And we'll come into a downward facing dog this time. You want to come up and press your chest back as close as you can to your knees. If your heels aren't reaching the floor, that's perfectly fine. Just go as far as you can. And breathe. And then come into your plank. And then drop down into your cobra. Pressing the elbows together, you're going to come up and just hang out here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then roll down. Maybe kiss the mat with your forehead and roll back up. Really pressing the pelvis into the floor, top of your feet for better stability on the lower back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And then bring your arms forward into your Sphinx pose. Breathing, either looking straight ahead or just down at the mat, taking some of the stress off your neck. Again, pressing into your pelvis, into the mat, top of your feet for stability. Let's slowly walk our hands back up. You're going to come back into your tabletop. We're going to thread the needle here. So you're going to bring your right arm up, clear up, and then tuck it under, landing on your shoulder. The arm comes up ahead. If you're on your right shoulder, then your left hand will come up overhead. And breathe. You need to walk your fingertips forward a little more to press that shoulder down. And then if you need to, bring your hips over to the left more to keep yourself from rolling over. Or if you want, you can bring them over to the right, and that's going to give you a little more stretch in the side through your arm and back. There's no right or wrong way here. You could do either way. Breathe. And then gently bring your left hand down. Take the right arm out. Bring it up and back down. Let's take a cat here, a quick cat. We'll just do the cat without the cow. And then back to your neutral tabletop. And same thing, opposite side. You bring your arm up and land on that shoulder. Here to the mat. Arm comes up overhead. You're going to feel more of a stretch through the side body. Bring your hips to the left. You want to keep yourself balanced. Bring your hips more to the right. Whichever way is comfortable for you. You can even rock side to side if you want. And then gently bring your right arm back and lift up into your neutral tabletop, navel to spine. Looking down at the mat. Breathe. Now go ahead and sit back on the knees. Because you're going to come around, we're going to lie on our back. And we're going to do a couple things here before coming into our final resting pose. I want you to bring your knees into your chest using your hands. Just loosening up through the bottom of your back, and always rock side to side for a nice massage. And breathe. Now bring your legs down, keep them together. What we're going to do here is we're going to breathe for a little bit, but first, just lay as comfortable as you can, palms facing up. Breathe in really deep through your stomach. Exhale. One more time. Now what I want you to notice here is I want you to notice if you're still tensing your shoulders or if they're still clear up by your ears, bring them down, really melt them into the mat. As you're breathing, when you inhale, really push up through your ribs so you can feel your shoulders press even more into the mat. But as you're doing that, what I want you to notice is you're going to feel that space lift up. We don't want that. So what you'll do as you're breathing in, you're inhaling really deep. Bring your legs up and gently curl the tailbone under so you're feeling your back completely in the mat. And then exhale. Really feeling that back, the whole back of all of your shoulders, staying on the mat. And as you breathe in, as you inhale, notice your shoulders might lift off the mat. So I also want you to concentrate on keeping them down and on the mat. So try this one more time. Let's breathe in really deep. And exhale. Is everything staying on the mat now? You want to keep everything on the mat. Inhale, you'll feel your ribs come up, but keep your back on the mat. Lift up through the tailbone if you need to, keeping the hips on the mat. Breathe in deep. Exhale. And then slowly slide your knees down a little bit and try that again. Again, if you feel that space, go ahead and tuck the tailbone under a little more. You have to lift the heels, lift your heels. Try that one more time. Bring the heels down. Melt your shoulders back into the mat. You're clenching through your jaw. Loosen up. Just relax, relax, relax all the way down, all the way. Breathe in deep. Exhale. If you feel like your feet are tightening up, just give them a quick rotation one way and the other way. You can bring your hands up in front of you now. Give your chin a little bit of a tuck. Raising through your shoulders, you can lift them up off the mat now, trying to keep your lower back melted, your hips melted into the mat. Maybe pressing through the heels. And back down. We can go ahead and grab behind our knees or turn into your fetal position if it helps you to find your way up. And sit however comfortable you would like. I hope this video is going to help you with a little bit more mobility. And like I said, if you do it a couple, 2-3 times a week, it should in the long run give you more of an easier movement, more space, just less tension throughout your body. Thank you again, everybody. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I really appreciate it. And you can comment or like down below. Always am up for suggestions, or let me know how this yoga sequence went for you so I know it's working. And everybody have a beautiful day. Let's close one time with a chant of Om, okay? Bring your palms together. You can keep them in front of your heart. Inhale really deep to the bottom of the stomach. And just exhale if you like, or bring your thumbs up to the third eye. Close with a chant of Om one time.